Pokemon Go maker Niantic to sell game division to Saudi-owned Scopely for $3.5 billion. And when I first heard this, I was like, who the fuck is Scopely? Like, what is this? What is Scopely? And this is from Routers. I never say it right. Niantic Labs said it would sell its video game division to Saudi Arabia-owned Scopely for $3.5 billion as the U.S. augmented reality firm shifts focus to geospatial technology after failing to recreate the success of the 2016 smash hit Pokemon Go. The deal announced on Wednesday also advances Saudi Arabia's ambitions to become the ultimate global hub for gaming. The kingdom's sovereign wealth fund, via Savvy Games, bought Scopely for $4.9 billion in 2023 as part of a broader push by the country to diversify beyond gasoline. Think about that for a second. Saudi princes are taking over gaming. So, chaotically, you're right. Scopely is the MOBA trash company, Monopoly Go, etc. Correct. And I'll get into that in a second. But before we do, Niantic said it would distribute an extra $350 million to its equity holders under the deal. It will also spin off its geospatial AI business into a new firm called Niantic Spatial, which will be led by Niantic founder, or Niantic, whatever, CEO John Hanke. Niantic Spatial will be funded with $250 million of capital, $200 million of Niantic's balance sheet, and $50 million from Scopely. All of Niantic's original investors will also continue to be shareholders of Niantic Spatial. The move follows several tough years for Niantic. After Pokemon Go became one of the most successful mobile games, the company struggled to replicate its success and had to lay off employees in 2022 and 2023. It also axed the Harry Potter Wizards Unite video game in 2022. I will say this is one of the unfortunate side effects of the game industry. It's very boom or bust. And working for a company, it can be the best of times, it can be the worst of times. If you're working for a company like I was back at Sony Online Entertainment back in 2007, it was still doing okay, but it was on, you could sense when you were working there that it was on the downtrend, because EverQuest was their version of Pokemon Go, and EverQuest was the golden goose that just every day just made infinite money every day, and you felt like it would be forever. But when I started working there, EverQuest 2 came out, Echoes of Fadewire came out, the expansion pack, and it started going a little bit downhill. They started splitting their audience in half. Less people were playing, logging in every day, and you could tell they were trying to find something to hang on to. And I could sense the writing on the wall, and that's why I was like, okay, I want to jump ship from here and get to a different part of the game industry, which is how I ended up working in recruiting at a temp agency for the entire West Coast game industry after that. And shortly after, Sony Online sold off to another company. I can't remember what some other company they sold off to, and they laid off a tremendous amount of people. So that's what kind of happens in the game industry when you make a massive successful hit, and then years go by and you're just printing money every year, and you're able to pay with everyone, pay the bills, meet the paychecks and everything like that, until one year you're still making money hand over fist, but it's less than you were making. But as an executive and a shareholder, you don't want to be making less, and you don't want to be spending money on employees. If you make the same amount, whether they're there or not, you're not a charity, you're a business. So you lay those people off. And that's how the game industry has become a very boom and bust position. For Saudi, already growing a hub for gaming and home to the Esports World Cup, the deal builds on a plan to invest nearly $38 billion in initiatives related to the industry through the Savvy Games Group. I do wonder if this has anything to do with the Saudis pulling out of the Embracer deal that was supposed to be over $1 billion, and they pulled out last minute, and Embracer was expecting the deal to go through. I wonder if Saudi was like, why don't we just buy our own company and just do what we were going to do investing with another company? Why don't we just do it ourselves? I don't know if they're related or not, but it is interesting. Savvy Games is a major investor in global video game companies, including Nintendo, in which it has a stake of around almost 8%. Holy shit. After a small cut in the interest last year. Wow. All right. So that is the long and the short of the deal. Let's get into who the hell Scopely is now, because this is a company I never really heard much of. And apparently they are massive. They are massive. Scopely is an American video game developer and publisher. But wait, the company is headquartered in Culver City, California, with offices across the US, EMEA, and Asia. As of 2024, Scopely was the second biggest mobile video game developer in the world in terms of revenue. It is a subsidiary of the Saudi Arabian company Savvy Games Group. So sure, Scopely buying Niantic, it's not Scopely buying it. They're a subsidiary of one of the richest oil groups in the world, in the universe, as far as I know. And they're trying to hide it under being masked. Oh no, Scopely's buying them. Scopely, this nice American company, is buying them. Scopely has both internal game development studios as well as partners with external development studios to create free-to-play games. Scopely also partners with IP holders to create video games based on popular brands. And here's a quick history of them. Scopely was founded in 2011 in Los Angeles, and then was acquired by Google in 2003. And Balsara was a software developer. So founded by Balsara, and they were a software developer at MySpace. Wow. In 2014, former Disney Interactive and Electronic Arts executive Javier Ferreira joined Scopely. And then Tim O'Brien. Okay, great. Scopely ranked 9 on the list of 5,000 fastest growing companies in America and number 1 in the US. Number 1 in the US for what? Aren't those the same thing? Opened an office in 2017 in Barcelona. So they are worldwide. They are massive. And this is the biggest part of it that gets tucked away. Saudi-owned Savvy Games Group announced its intent to acquire Scopely for $4.9 billion in 2023. It was completed then, and Scopely remains an independently operated company headquartered in Culver City, California, part of Savvy's portfolio. And again, the more I'm reading this, the more I'm like, this has got to have a direct correlation to Embracer Group and Saudis pulling out of that. It's got to. It's too convenient not to. But there's not things to be very excited about with this situation, because it takes a wild turn. This is a 4-part series, guys. And trust me, I'm building up to it here. So this is Scopely's blog post. Why Scopely is teaming up with Niantic Games. A message from Scopely co-CEOs Javier Ferreira and Walter Diver. Today, we're proud to share we've agreed to acquire the games business of Niantic through a deal valued at $3.5 billion. Notice how it's coming from Scopely CEOs. It has nothing about Savvy here. It says nothing about Savvy. But this is valued at basically the value of Scopely itself, maybe a little bit less. So Scopely is not buying them. This is money coming from mommy and daddy, allowing them to put them under their umbrella. This is becoming like a shell organization of a shell organization, by the way. We are extremely excited to welcome their entire team of exceptionally talented game makers to Scopely, along with their beloved creations, critically acclaimed Pokémon Go, Pikmin Bloom, and Monster Hunter Now, real-world community building app, Campfire, and Wayfarer service, and the global roster of community gatherings that support these games, including Pokemon Go live events. So they sound all nice, well and good. Like there's nothing to see here with Scopely. It's fine, right, guys? Right? Well, not necessarily. And shout out to an anonymous person that sent me this information before the stream that wanted to remain anonymous. They have some leaked slides from Scopely. And I don't know if this is exclusive or what, because I have not researched it, but the person that sent it to me is someone who I trust very much. So are you ready? Are you guys ready for this? Scopely, internal slide, what to expect in 2025, or it could be external. I don't know. Again, I haven't done research on it. It might be a presentation to investors for all I know. It's a slide that I could not find on their website. What to expect in 2025. Data-informed, outcome-driven initiatives to support all employees and enhance the player experience. That's great. Awesome. That's a good company. Nothing to worry about there. What's that second bullet? We'll continue to embed and integrate DEI efforts into and across Scopely. And it's coming from Saudi Arabia now. What? This rabbit hole goes so deep. This is insanity. And you think this slide is bad, you guys just wait. But first off, Global Inclusion Week, GIW, which first off, fuck off. Secondly, new DEI learning opportunities. Are those like opportunities to buy microtransactions on Skate in the alpha access? Employee Resource Group Leadership Development Program, ERG Celebration Months, Black Futures Month, International Women's Day, Pride Month. Now, again, this is titled What to Expect in 2025. So they are doubling down, going against the grain of where the direction of society is going. They are like, nope, we're going to keep pushing this shit. Second half, updated DEI councils, DEI learning opportunities, mentorship program, ERG celebration months, Pride Barcelona. Oh, it's going worldwide. The Pride now. Can't just have it in America. Now you got to have it in Barcelona. International Day of Persons with Disabilities. What? Now we're just inventing new ones? Like what? What? Oh, next slide. Care deeply. Our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. A diverse, equitable, inclusive Scopely, where everyone feels they belong and everyone can have the best professional experience. Inclusion and business success are interconnected. A thriving culture fuels strong results. DEI is not just a phrase or a trend. It's a long-term commitment to make sure we get low-interest loans from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for our... Oh, wait, no, that's not what it says. Sorry. It's a long-term commitment to cultivating a healthy and inclusive workplace. That's right. That's it. That's what they actually cared about. Sure. So that's the thing. We got some bottom right corner. We got some Miles Morales and Abu Bakr. Shout out to Abu Bakr Salim. I don't know if you're in here, Abu Bakr. Big fan of your work. Friend of the channel, Abu Bakr Salim. And no, I'm not being sarcastic. Fucking love that guy. We got Tales of Kanzera Zhao getting some representation here. I'd be curious to see what Abu Bakr Salim would say about this, if he'd be on board with this, or if he'd be like, what are we doing with my character here? I'm very curious. Did they get the permission to do this on their company slides? I wonder. And let me see. I think there's one more. Yep. Last one. ERG Spotlight. Women at Scopely. March is Women's History Month. Virtual wellness session. Stories of empowerment. Play games created by women. Got some Celeste representation there. Local in-hub events throughout the month. Black at Scopely, baby. Women's at Scopely, baby. ERG Spotlight. We want to make sure that people at the World Economic Forum, that they see these slides. We want to make sure that the investors are well aware that despite the evil Donald Trump, that we are still pushing forward with this agenda of hiring unqualified people potentially to take positions because they check a box instead of they're the most qualified. Let's push that agenda because equality or something. I think that was it. Let me check. I don't want to. Oh, wait, we got one more. I thought that was the last one. It's a very brief one. Save the date. Global Inclusion Week 2025, May 20th to 23rd. Well, I'm glad it's only 3 days for a week. What was that, 4 days? If you count the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 20th. Okay, 4 days. 4 days for the 7-day week. Global Inclusion Week 2025. Half Not Seen says, I love women, just not when they're making my games. I mean, to be fair, there have been historically some very good and very talented women developers, but unfortunately, DEI has completely wrecked any perception women could possibly ever have in the workforce now. Because now, anytime you see a woman developer, you're just like, come on now. Come on. Oh, man. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I could talk all night about this situation. It is wild. Shout out to the anonymous person that sent me these slides. And yeah. Oh, actually, wait, there's one more thing. Let me bring this up. This is on Scopely's website. One of the world's most innovative companies, Fast Company, founded in 2011. It talks about what they do. These are their games. They got Monopoly Go or whatever. And they're all the mobile games that are free to play that just eat away with microtransactions for the most part. Was that what I thought it was? No, it wasn't. Never mind. Oh, there's the blue hair, guys. Blue hair representation. Strike Force, Yahtzee, Stumble Guys. Not to be confused with Fall Guys. Stumble Guys. They're so original. They just steal an idea, make it look exactly the same, and do the same thing on mobile. Which, by the way, can't knock them for doing it because it's a fantastic idea. But damn, the lack of originality is wild. Stumble Guys. Inspire. Yeah, it's very inspiring to steal an idea and just use your own. Leading the future of games. Company awards. Our studios around the world. This is Scopely. The Saudi Arabia branch that is basically what amounts to a shell organization for Saudi to have a footprint in other parts of the world without being questioned. So, yeah. That's really all I got to say about Scopely and how this is not great. They're going to continue to push DEI, injected everywhere, and being a Saudi firm and having an agenda, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better, guys. Hold on tight. The ride is just beginning. Holy shit. Anyways, we'll leave it there.